Form last weekend, and he's been in brilliant form again yesterday in qualifying for the AMSCAR at Amaroo Park. So let's talk to Tony Longhurst this morning. Welcome to the program, Tony. Congratulations. Lakeside was always a track that you thought might suit the BMWs.
Yeah, Bruce, the corners are very fast and flowing, and our car really works well there.
Where else? Amaroo's another circuit that suits you, but the other circuits will be tougher for you as the touring cars wind up towards Bathurst. Are you expecting similar results as you achieved last weekend?
Well, every race we go to, we try our hardest to win. Earlier this year, we were carrying a little bit too much weight, but now cams seem to have balanced the rules out a bit better. We're 20 kilos lighter than we were at the beginning of the year. The Nissans are now carrying 100 kilos, and the Sierras are up another 50. Our race here, it'll be very hard to beat the Nissans because it's only 10-lap sprint races, but the race I'm looking forward to is the next one at Eastern Creek, and I'm sure it's going to be very hard to predict who will win there. Like, Larry Perkins really got that Commodore flying, and I think we're in for a terrific race.
Tony, you're up 40 kilos on 1991, but do you feel that your BMW is faster in 92 than it was in 91?
Well, you keep developing the car. Yokohama, they've got a softer tyre for us now, which is called a T37, and we used it for the first time yesterday, and we picked up about 2 or 3 tenths. And the suspension, the engine, you just keep working all the time, and everyone gets faster. You don't stand still in this game, otherwise you get left behind, and we've worked very hard this year, and we've got the best car I've ever driven at the moment.
It was watching you in practice yesterday, and you've taken pole position. It was a tremendous result last weekend, not only for yourself but for the whole team, wasn't it? The BMW's placing, I think, 3 in the top 4 in one of the heats.
Yeah, it was great. But earlier this year, as I mentioned, I thought we drew the short straw, and we were battling at Lakes. Where was it? Back at Sandown, we're a couple of seconds away from pole position. But Lakeside is our home circuit. We do all our testing there. Paul Morris, our new team member, is very familiar with the circuit. AJ, doesn't mind racing up there. It's just a great result.
Tony, we've seen a lot of accidents at Indianapolis in the last week. The most significant, I guess, PK, and as I thought at one stage that he might lose his foot, but they're not going to amputate. And Rick Mears, we've just seen you flying around the track in practice yesterday. The fear for motorcar racing drivers when they hear that the greats in the game have crashed like that.
No, I watched both those incidents on TV last night, the night before, and I'm amazed at Indy how quick they lose a car. Like, they're coming around a corner, engine blows up, or something locks up. Like, both those incidents weren't driver errors. There's just a mechanical failure and the car's bang into the wall. But they're doing, what, 300 kilometres an hour. And I think at Amaroo or the circuits we race on in Australia, there's much less chance of that happening. We're not doing the same speeds. And if you think like that, you can, no point racing. I never think about the danger at all. Like, I'm out there to go as quick as I can without making a mistake. OK, fair enough. You've had an interesting year, Tony. You were fined $5,000 after an incident with John Bowe at Winton, when you gave him a little bit of a nudge. On reflection now, what's your feeling about that when you look back? Well, that's a hard one, isn't it? John Bowe is the hardest bloke in Australia to pass. Every time you come up against him, he just holds you up and holds you up and holds you up. You get against Brock or Johnson, they'll work hard to hold you behind them, but enough's enough after 5 laps or 6 laps. But Bowe just hangs in there, and he's just a hard guy to pass. So obviously I'm going to have to be a little bit more patient in the future. But any time there's an incident on the circuit, it seems to be John Bowe involved. So I am a little bit bitter about dumping that $5 grand.
OK, and I think Jonesy got mixed up with John Bowe last weekend as well. You have kissed and made up though.
Oh yeah,
you're good mates.
No problem. Good mates. No, listen, everyone out there is professional, and it's a clash of personalities. At the time of the incident, you're all psyched up and adrenaline's pumping, but you can't hold grudges against anyone. It was just one of those things in motorsport, and it'll happen again. Hopefully not with me and not with John Bowe, but it will happen again.
And Tony, briefly, Bathurst coming up. The cars will be reassessed for weights. What would you be looking for BMW to be competitive?
I think leave the Nissans at 1,500 kilos and put us about 960.
You might get an argument there, mate.
Yeah, I'll get a bit of an argument, but it's very hard for us at Bathurst, the long climb up the hill. The car dumps so much time on the hills, and it's only a little 4-cylinder, 2.5 litre engine and 350 horsepower against the other cars that have got 550, 600 horsepower with the torque. It's very hard to compete against them at Bathurst. Tony, thanks for your time this morning. Good luck in the AMSCAR series today. For